Underdog just draft some quarterback Superflex leagues, and we are going to be jumping in a moment. I was not gonna do a draft tonight, not gonna stream tonight at all. But then I saw they dropped the Superflex style Bestball drafts, and I was probably gonna hop in one anyway. So I am gonna hop in one on stream. Kind of going in a little bit blind here. Yeah, kind of going a little blind here as far as what to expect in this draft. So we are going to figure it out together. I don't even know like the rules. I don't know the roster limits. All right, definitely gonna go 20-second timer for this draft. Okay, $100,000 to first place, $1 million in prizes. So same as all the other ones, week 1 through 14, then playoffs 15, 16, 17, championship. All right, and then okay, so it's you're starting one QB for sure. Let's get back to that. So you're starting one QB for sure, and then Superflex. So obviously going to be another quarterback, and then a flex. 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and 12 bench. So an increase from 10 to a 12-person bench in the Superflex style draft. So let's hop in. Should be interesting. Thank you all for the support on the recent streams. Definitely means a lot. Leave a like, subscribe, share. Hit the notification if you haven't already. It will notify you when I go live. So definitely do that if you want to hop in to one of these drafts with me. All right, so we get pick 8 here. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how many quarterbacks go here early. Like I said, I haven't done any of these yet. Let me look at the. Okay, so ADP I'm sure needs to take a few days to kind of get set, but it looks like for now there's not quarterbacks at the top of the draft board, but I'm sure that'll change as this goes on. But okay, quarterback does not get taken with the first pick. I would in the first round I would take Allen, Jackson, Daniels, Hurts, I think, and then once those guys go, I would shift to the position players for sure. So Daniels goes. Okay, so I feel like if Hurts goes here, this guy gonna just auto pick? Okay, maybe that. I don't know. That guy might be on auto. He just takes Barkley. Okay, he goes Hurts. I think I'm going to take CeeDee Lamb at number 8. And I guess we'll see. We'll see what comes back. We'll see what comes back around. as far as quarterback goes. All right, so Burrow goes in the first round. So it looks like, what do we got? 5 quarterbacks in the first round so far. Mahomes goes. I'm just interested to see the value here. So Neighbors goes. Do we take Baker? I'm gonna go Amon-Ra and see what gets back to us here. This could be a horrible idea, but we're gonna do it anyway. So in the second round, Mahomes goes, Mayfield goes, Murray goes. So we got one team who took a double QB stack. And we'll see what comes back. And so Knicks goes. Definitely looking at Goff and Dak coming up here. RB1 this year. My RB1, it's got to be Saquon. Yeah, it's got to be Saquon. Andre. All right, we're gonna go Goff here, and then hope one of these running backs makes it back to us. How you doing, Andre? Hope your night's going well. Have you jumped into any of these yet? Any of the Superflex? So we start Lamb, St. Brown, Goff, and we pair Goff with St. Brown. So Bucky goes there. McBride goes. This guy's gonna take Josh Jacobs. Yep. All right. All right. I'm gonna go. I'm going to go Garrett Wilson. I don't love it. I don't love it at all. But this is what's kind of fallen to us. So we're gonna go let it ride. It's gonna be very interesting at quarterback. I will tell you that. I am very, very unprepared. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing this, so at least this year. So kind of just taking what's coming to me. I think running back, we're gonna fall a little behind here, but I don't know. I mean, a lot of wide receivers are gonna start going because there's a lot of them at the top of the queue, and in this format, a wide receiver can score more points than a quarterback some weeks. So they can go into your flex spot or your super flex spot. So there is something to be said for taking good wide receivers if they're just falling to you in these drafts. Yeah, so a lot of positional players off the board here. Wide receiver, running backs, 2 quarterbacks in the 4th round of this draft. And this guy, the guy at number 1 goes 3 wide receivers and 2 quarterbacks through his first 5 picks. Very, very interesting. Do have my eye on one of these running backs for sure. Hopefully one makes it to us. I don't know if they will. And at some point, definitely got to grab another quarterback. So we are approaching my 5th pick. I have 1 quarterback, and there's a few. So guys at the turn, one guy does not have a quarterback. So I feel like we need to take one. And I'm going to go Penix. Because I think he's got the most upside. But we definitely need a running back around on the turn in the worst way. If one of those running backs could fall to us, that would be amazing. So McMillan goes. So that guy, okay, so guy at number 10 goes Bijan McCaffrey, and then 3 straight quarterbacks, Dak, May, Tua. Which is very interesting. None of these running backs go, though. So we're definitely going to get one of these running backs here. And we're going to go Breece Hall. So we got a little bit of the Jets stack, which is not the best. Breece and Wilson, I mean, they're both great players in a really bad offense, though. So not quite sure how I feel about that. But this is all new, so we will figure it out together. and basically none of the, I mean, tight ends. So Bowers went in the 3rd round, McBride went in the 4th, Kittle went in the 6th. Basically no tight end. Tight ends are getting pushed way down the board. Mike is really quiet. Okay, let me try to adjust here. How does it sound now? Might need to turn it up slightly on your end. I'll have to figure that out. All right, gonna take another. I'm definitely taking another running back. We'll go Hubbard. We'll go Hubbard to pair with Breece Hall. All right, sounds good. Okay, good. Yeah, I might need to just turn it up on your end. So we go Lamb, St. Brown. We do get Goff and Penix and then Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Chuba, Hubbard. I don't even know what the state of the quarterbacks look like. It is rough. We're going to have to take some flyers. Going to have to take some real flyers. Dart, this is crazy. This is like wild. Okay. I mean, at this point, where we kind of have punted going quarterback in a Superflex draft. Jesus. I guess we take Addison and just load up on stud wide receivers. Hey Ben. Hey Tyler, how you doing? I am so lost in this format. Yeah, for sure. For sure we can definitely do the Superflex when you hop on, or when I hop on tomorrow. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, as you can tell by this first draft, but we will I guess we'll figure it out together. Superflex, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Ben. Running backs, quarterbacks, most important positions. Yeah, and obviously you can tell. I definitely did not prioritize that in this first one. So we're off to a good start. Like, this is crazy, the quarterbacks. I'm gonna have to take two guys that literally Ben's gonna max this contest in 4 days. What is it? 100 to max? All right, I guess I'm going Tony Pollard. I have a shit ton of great wide receivers. Like the quarterback situation. How do you guys feel about the quarterback? I don't even know. Like this ADP is crazy, and like Daniel Jones going at 103. I mean, I guess he could start. Rodgers? Do you take a flyer on Rodgers? Max it in 4 days. Yeah, Ben, if the funds allow it, for sure. I guess we just continue to take the value. At this point, we are so far gone at quarterback that we might as well just go down with a sinking ship. Let's see who's actually a viable option here. Flacco. How is Flacco not gonna? How is he not gonna start? Like, I also think like Rattler could get an opportunity. Cousins could get an opportunity somewhere, not in Atlanta, but somewhere. And Rodgers could be a sneaky pick. I'm not really sure where to take him, though. I have absolutely no idea. Yeah, definitely got to figure out. Yeah. No, I totally get it, Ben. And Whohams. I don't know how you pronounce that. But definitely got to figure out the volume situation. Maybe I might just talk really quiet. I don't know. All right. A little bit of a tight end run here. Andrews, Ingram, Smith in the 11th. And this is 20 rounds. Gonna draft a lot of shitty players, I'm sure. Okay, so Rodgers goes here at 126, so there goes that. I'm just gonna have to take these quarterbacks because when the hell else am I gonna get them? I just can't. I can't bring myself to do that. Let's go Ibuka. Again, the wide receivers, like the wide receivers can slot in to the wide receivers can slot into the flex and super flex spots in this format. So like it's not like you're totally screwed at QB if you load up on great wide receivers, because the wide receivers can score more points, and it's not like they can't score more points than the quarterbacks. It's just that, on average they're going to be scoring more points. Shador goes, I'm just going to have to take one of these guys. And I guess we'll take Flacco. Could have the job at some point. Or do I go Rattler? You know what? Screw it. Let's go Kirk and hope he gets an opportunity at some point. I'm going to have to take some of these guys with an opportunity, at least. And we know Kirk can be a good quarterback. He just needs an opportunity somewhere. But this is rough. Really rough. So we got Goff, Penix, Cousins, who are on the same damn team as of now. Brees, Chuba, Pollard, Lamb, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Garrett Wilson, Addison, Abuka, and then Hawkinson as their tight end. Yeah, yes, this is rough to say, but he can be fine. Like, Flacco could be the starter at some point, or he could start the season as a starter. I don't know. They're talking about Dylan Gabriel. They're talking about Shador's not starting, but they're talking about Dylan Gabriel. They're talking about Kenny Pickett starting. You don't really know. And we're so far away from the season that, like, literally who knows? Another little run on tight ends. So if I talk up like this, is the sound better? Is it just that I talk quiet? I'm just curious, trying to figure it out. Yeah, they're absolutely tanking if they go with move closer. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I just needed to move a little closer. But yeah, I think the Browns are gonna be tanking. Let's get Flacco. We need some sort of hope. Two old veterans who probably will take over somewhere when an injury happens. I mean, let's be honest. Okay, okay, or was low. All right. Well, I'll have to play around with it, figure it out. And definitely need some running backs here. Have Brees, Chuba, Pollard. Wide receiver looks absolutely loaded on this team. I'm actually going to go... I'm going to go tank Bigsby. I just think he could have a more significant role than Ray Davis in Buffalo. I think James White will have a much bigger role in the offense, and I don't see him taking a back seat at all. let's see where we're at here. I don't even know how many picks. Okay, 14 picks. This is a little crazy. How many quarterbacks y'all think should go in the first 2 rounds? So in this draft, we had 5 in the first, and then 5 in the second. So 10 total quarterbacks through 2 rounds. We had like guys like A.J. Brown, Ladd McConkey, Brock Bowers, Bucky Irving, all falling to the 3rd round. I don't know. It's so new. I'm not even really sure if that's. I don't know. I don't know how it'll shake out. $15. Are you saying 15 in the first 2 rounds? Down to Drake. Like 15 quarterbacks in the first round, I think is crazy. But I guess in a super flex where you're definitely able to start 2, then it makes sense. But okay, 15, 12. Yeah, I mean that does make sense. Just knowing that you can start so many. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna go Romeo Doubs. I don't have much of him, and I feel like he could have some spike weeks. That offense is going to be it's hit or miss who produces on that offense. You could have some spike weeks from Dobbs. Who else is there? Bunch of different. Well, Matthew Golden now, who just got taken in the draft. Bunch of different players could contribute. So, should be interesting to see who produces consistently, if any of them produce consistently. I think running back, we're still a little light. For sure. I wouldn't mind Jalen Wright here. I think if anything happens to Achane, and Achane has had injuries in the past, I have been drafting a decent amount of Jalen Wright late. And I think he could get a lot of carries if anything happens to Achane. Yeah, Hartman. It definitely does. It makes sense why the wide receivers are being pushed down. At the same time, if you get a bunch of wide receivers that are falling to you in the draft, like if they're all great and produce consistent numbers, like you can put them in your flex or super flex. I'm not saying that they're going to be better than the quarterbacks or the starting level quarterbacks production. But like when you get down to, so let me see. When you get down to guys like Guys like Geno, Cam Ward, Bryce Young, and then like anything down here, Russell Wilson, like all these wide receivers and running backs and Laporta, like they're gonna outproduce most likely the quarterbacks. That could be completely. I could be missing that, but or I could be missing something there, but that's kind of how I look at it. All right, I'm gonna take K-Dot in here. Definite touchdown upside. I know it's a little bit of a crowded offense, but has produced in the past, and need to get another tight end with a little bit of touchdown upside here. Yeah, and I totally agree with the first couple rounds. If you're passing up on top quarterbacks, you're probably going to fall behind because the top quarterbacks will produce more than the top running backs, top wide receivers. So that's totally fair. Other thing on this team is we have like no stacks. I'm going to go Jalen Coker here. Not really for any particular reason. And then I'll probably do it for wide receiver for us, just because you only start 2, technically. But we'll see. You draft a bunch of players on this team, these teams. 20 instead of 18. So definitely a big difference with the one quarterback drafts. I'm wondering if 5 quarterbacks is acceptable or if it's a little bit of overkill. Because if you don't hit on the 4 quarterbacks that you take, chances are you're not winning. Chances are you're not placing well. So wouldn't mind another running back here, as I only have 5. So we'll probably end this by taking 2 running backs, just because they also can go in your flex. And I think some people mentioned earlier that they are a little more valuable in this format, the running backs, because you only start 2, just like wide receiver. So you should really kind of be treating the positions equally. Yeah, but quarterbacks these quarterbacks, like, I'm actually shocked that Dylan Gabriel is not taken in this draft. I don't even know why Deshaun Watson is not going to play 1 snap the entire season. So I'm not even sure why he is at the top here. That makes absolutely no sense. I'm going to queue up some of these running backs. Jaleel. I like Jaleel. I like Taj Brooks. All right, we'll take Rashard Smith here. Deshaun Watson is going to be better or something. No, Deshaun Watson is not a good person, and he's also not good at football anymore. He probably should retire. All right, I'm going to take either a tight end or a running back to end this off. I think we do have, we have two decent tight ends. Although if Ferguson, I do like Ferguson. I also like Theo Johnson. Wish he had a quarterback that could actually throw him the ball. I think we'll go Theo Johnson here. Go Theo Johnson to cap off the first Superflex of the offseason. And it was a doozy. We'll say that. It was a doozy. Definitely some improvement needed, but it was fun. All right, so we go CD, St. Brown, Goff, Wilson, Penix, Brees in the sixth. That's crazy. In the sixth round, that's crazy. Chuba, Addison, Pollard, Hawkinson, and so on. Again, just doing one tonight. Thank you all for tuning in, watching. I will be live on PPR Tyler's stream tomorrow, so definitely come hop over and jump into that tomorrow night. I think maybe around 7:00. So that's super exciting. Can't wait to do that. And yes, I will see you all either there tomorrow or at some point later this week. We'll probably be hopping in some more of the Superflex style draft. So have a great night, everyone.